Hasbro Pulse, you've got me again. So I've had to dip in again to Hasbro Pulse EU. And this time I've picked up Deadpool and Hydra Bob, sort of. So yeah, Hydra Bob is a character I fell in love with when I was getting out the UK Panini version of the Wolverine and Deadpool comics about 10 years ago, I would say. And as much as I liked Wolverine, I always loved the stupidity of having a Hydra soldier who was just a dumbass. And a really fun character. And Deadpool is cool as well, obviously. And yeah, so finally got him in figure form, and Deadpool, of course. So there may be a shock in this review as well. So stay tuned because there's something funny may happen. So yeah, keep an eye on this review. First though, let's check out the box. So let's check out the box for Deadpool and Hydra Bob, the Marvel Legends 2-pack. So as you can see on the front, you've got a cool picture of Deadpool on a kind of wanted poster design on the back. And you've got the two figures here. Very, very nice. On the side here, you've got a picture of Deadpool with his face sticking out the bottom of the mask, like in a lineup. And on the other side, you've got Hydra Bob with a big geeky smile. On the back, you've got the figures here, along with all the stuff they arrived with. Some amount of accessories, actually. And Deadpool as well comes with an extra head. You've got the suitcase in for Hydra Bob. Just a really cool set. And on the bottom, you've got your legalies. At the base, more. And on the top, you've got your Deadpool logo.
During San Diego Comic Con, the Marvel Legends team had this reveal, and it was a 2-pack with Deadpool and Hydra Bob. I don't have a Marvel Legends Deadpool in my collection, so I decided to drop the pre-order to pick up this pack. And it was quite a while waiting for it to be released. So much so that I was in a chat with a couple of friends and I said, I think I'm going to cancel this. And that's when Brian said, hang on, I want Hydra Bob. Let's go halvesies on it. So we decided to do such that, and this is my look at half this box, which is the Deadpool figure. So let's get him out and I'll take a look at him and the accessories and I'll tell you what I think is Deadpool's playability factor. So here's Deadpool now, freed from his packaging, up on display on my spinny wheel with the accessories that came in his half of the box on display beside him. First impressions of the figure are really good. I think they've done a thorough job on the articulation on this guy, and I'm really impressed with that. Overall, the sculpt is fantastic, and it is, I suppose, a true representation more of the comic book style of the character, more so than the movie. And that's what I was looking for in this. I just wanted a Marvel Legends version of Deadpool, and this one really fits the bill. You can see some of the accessories that come with him here are kind of crazy looking colours, but again, that's true to form more so of the comic book character, and I think it really fits in with him. Going to get him down now and we'll take a closer look at him and the accessories that come with him.
So ladies and gentlemen, here is Hydra Bob in all of his absurdity. I absolutely love this character. Back from the Deadpool comics. Like, you never really get like any personality with any army builder guys. Like any of the AIM guys, or any of the Roxxon guys, or any of the army builders, shield agents, hand ninjas, etc. And that's what I love about Hydra Bob. He's got a bit of a character. And as you can see, like, he's bright uniform and everything. And to go with that silly grin on his face, you'll pick him out off a shelf straight away and be like, oh, who's this guy? He's got a bit of personality. And it's shown well in this figure. It comes with a litany of accessories. And you can share them with Deadpool, of course. But yeah, so this guy is really, really nice. Very, very cool. And looking forward to going through all of his accessories and things now. So let's get to that.
Looking more closely now at the figure, and again, like I said, they've really done a fantastic job capturing the comic book style of the figure. So straight away we can see the head here. He's got this sort of moulded frown onto it, which is really good because you can see the sort of the lines on the hood that really kind of come through and show that off. We get these kind of small, kind of squinty sort of style eyes, which really kind of match that angry look on him, which I'm really impressed with. Coming down then, it's just the red suit with some paint apps for the black around it, which is really nice. And that's carried all the way down to the legs, where we get these two little extra sort of boot pieces that are, I don't think they're moulded on, I think they're an extra attachment, yeah, so they're loose rubber pieces that sit in the bottom of the leg. He has this body harness which goes over him here, which has these lovely silver paint apps on here for a couple of buckles, which are nice, they stand out. The back then we have this double sheet for his katanas. Coming down onto the belt, then again, it's kind of molded here in black, but we get these brown pockets with little silver paint apps for the buttons on the pouches, which is really nice. We get his Deadpool symbol for his belt buckle here. And then we get this leg piece here that has pouches going all the way around it. Each one of them beautifully molded, and it has a paint app for the button in each one. So, perfect representation of Deadpool, I think. Where this figure really knocks it out of the park then is on the articulation. So you can see coming up to the head here, we get a full 360, but it is limited with the up and down. The back of the head kind of catches, so he can't look up that far, which is unfortunate. He does get a little bit of down motion. On the arms then, we get these butterfly joints. You can see them in behind the straps. So I think this was possibly one of the Spider-Man bodies that was used for the book of it. I like the fact that we get all the articulation on this guy. It's pretty sweet. Moving down the arm, then we get a bicep swivel. We get a double jointed elbow, which you can see is pinless, which is nice. Moving down, then we get rotation on the wrist, and we get up and down, I believe, on this one. Yeah, and if we just go over to the right hand then as well, we get up and down on that. Moving down the torso, then we get this cut in the middle, which is on top of a ball joint. So although you do get a full 360 on the upper style of the body here, you do kind of get that extra ab crunch there, which does give you a huge range of motion, which you kind of need for a character like Deadpool. Coming down to the legs then, we get an upper thigh swivel, which we just want to be careful moving around. There we go. We get double pinless joints on the knees, which is sweet. We get this extra cut here, which normally would be a boot cut, but we get it down here onto the lower part of the leg, which is cool. We get the usual sort of swivel and up and down motion on the feet, as well as a joint for the toes, which is kind of an extra piece we don't normally get with the Marvel Legends characters. So this guy is absolutely full of articulating points, which is really awesome. And like I said, for someone like Deadpool, you really need to have that. Looking now at the accessories, I'm going to start off here. He comes with these two handguns, which of course are iconic to sort of Deadpool. Molded straight in black. They do have some nice little details on them, and they're just sort of like a standard handgun style, which really works for the character. The plastic is a little bit gummy on these, but doesn't matter. It does hold its shape. It's not bent at all. And like I said, it does, even though it's a soft plastic, hold those little molded, sculpted in details onto them, which is nice. He also comes with an extra gun. He comes with this Uzi here. Now, some people might recognize this. This is very similar to the one we got with all those Snake Eyes releases in the G.I. Joe figures. We can see here it's molded in this green color, but we get this black paint app then for the handle and the magazine, as well as the grip part up here, along with the guard around the trigger, which is nice to have those extra paint apps. So there's no hole, unfortunately, for a blast effect. And again, it's kind of like a gummy plastic, so some of the molds on it aren't really as sort of clear and defined as they possibly should be. But still nice to get an extra piece. Of course, he comes with his swords, or his katanas, and you can see these are molded in this sort of silver color with this blue design on the handles, which is nice. And actually the details on these really does shine through. You can see all those lines on the handle of the sword, which is really nice. Again, a soft plastic, but they do hold the shape. They're not bent whatsoever, and that's nice. These then fit into the sheet on the back of the figure like such, and he holds them there. Unfortunately, no holsters for the handguns, so if you're using the Uzi for some figure displays or photography, you're going to have to put these somewhere safe. On top of that, he comes with this crazy looking bazooka. So I'm only assuming this is from one of the storylines in the comics, because it comes with this awesome boxing glove on it. Molded in this pink color, we do get a few little paint apps around it, which are nice. And I think this was possibly released before with an earlier version of Deadpool in the Marvel Legends line. And I think this was possibly molded in green with a red glove, if memory serves me correctly. But again, a nice enough piece, and you can see it fits really easy into his hand if you want to display it like that, or like this here. You can fit the finger through, and you have your Deadpool shooting a punch at you. He comes then with an extra head, and this is really nicely done. So you can see there, it's kind of the Deadpool with his mask lifted halfway up, and you can see some of the gnarly skin from his damage underneath there, which is cool. It's got this immensely evil looking grin, which is fantastic. And then we get a kind of, again, the eyes are kind of a little more open than they are on the other head with a squint here, just to show that it's a nasty smile. Just pop the head off then, and this one pops on nice and easy. So it's just a plain ball joint under it there, and you can see then if you wanted to pose your Deadpool like that, that's how it looks. Now lastly, he comes with 2 trigger fingers, which you can see here on the figure, but he also comes with a rake of other hands. So just to run through them quickly, you get 2 fist hands, a left and a right, so pretty standard issue for Marvel Legends. You get a couple of pointing fingers, or kind of mock gun hands as well, which is pretty nice to get. You get a couple of grip hands then, and this is if you're sort of displaying them with the katanas, you don't want to use the trigger finger, so they do give you that option with just this plain grip hands, which is pretty nice. And lastly, we get this thumbs up and peace sign. We'll call it a peace sign. So you get those 2 extra hands. So all in all, lots of different choices for whatever way you want to display your Deadpool figure. A couple of comparisons now. We can see our Marvel Legends Deadpool here, and this side is the movie SH Figure Arts version of the Deadpool, which I got last year. Now, I was really happy with this figure, and I've had so much fun taking photographs with it, but like I said, I wanted a Marvel Legends version. I had ordered this one off an Amazon seller, which was popped up on sale for me one day while I was browsing Amazon, so I picked it up. But when it arrived, I didn't like the look of it, even though, you know, it came in a Marvel Legends box. And sure enough, talking to a few people, this was a knockoff. So I kind of got stung with that. I contacted the seller, luckily enough, and complained, and he refunded the money. So I was left with the figure, but you can see, you know, it's not really something you're going to have a lot of fun displaying or photographing when it's so clearly a knockoff. A lot of the details aren't very nice on it. So I think it was off the back of that sort of disappointment that I just wanted a Marvel Legends version. And that's why I went for the 2-pack when it was announced then this year for Deadpool along with Hydra Bob. And that was my take on Deadpool, who is part of the new Marvel Legends 2-pack along with Hydra Bob. All in all, the accessories that come with this figure are absolutely fantastic. Plenty of choices to display with what you get with the hands and the weapons. The articulation's absolutely brilliant on this guy. I'm really impressed with it. And the look and the sculpt of the figure are just perfect. So taking everything into account, it was a little bit pricey. They sort of upped the price of these 2-packs, which I don't really understand. I'm going to give this guy a playability factor of 8 out of 10.
So with Hydra Bob down off the swing-a-jig, let's check out a bunch of accessories he did come with. Now, as you know, I went halves with Fuller's figures on this pack, and he sent me all the accessories that were on Hydra Bob's side, and you know, these are all for him. So let's go through them bit by bit. So he did come with a nunchucks. He came with 2. One with a bent kind of one. Now, they could have fixed this by just giving him a proper steel chain or whatever. He does come with 2 punching hands, of course, standard with all action figures usually. He does come with this Uzi, all done in one colour. I think it's an Uzi anyway, but anyway. He does come with 2 size, not the kind that we see in most Star Wars shows. He does come, speaking of Star Wars, he does come with these 2 laser looking, like lightsaber looking swords, blue and a red. And he does come with this ninja staff as well, which is quite cool. Even has a bit of sculpting there on the edge, which is nice. And he does come with this suitcase as well, which I showed you. It has the Hydra logo on it, and you can open it. And inside there's like a little thing here with like spray paint. I believe this is a Doctor Strange weapon, a banana, a set of car keys. And they don't come out, obviously, but it does close up like so, and you can have him wearing it around the place. So yeah, like there's a lot of accessories that come with this guy. Now, obviously, I don't have the Deadpool that came with him. I do have this Deadpool though, and this is probably the reason. Well, this is the reason I didn't buy the full 2-pack myself, and also because screw Hasbro Pulse, because they charge like 60 quid for this, plus shipping as well, which is quite expensive. And now I know it would have been probably like 55 or 50 had it been not an Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So yeah, I don't like they're giving this exclusivity so they can charge more, basically, is the only reason. So yeah, like I think he does look good with the other Deadpool anyway. So let's put Deadpool over there in the corner and let's focus on Hydra Bob. So again, let's look at the head sculpt in this guy. Crazy how much of a cool grin he has. I'm surprised actually with all the accessories and rubbish they gave him, they didn't give him a second head sculpt, which would have been really nice. Articulation wise, like paint, it's done in all one colour. I think that's just the colour of the mould. And the boots done in nice yellow. Same with the gloves and the harness. You've got your pockets here and all your pockets around your little belt buckle. So many pockets, none of them which are usable, unfortunately. He does have this on the back. I don't think he's got anything that can plug in there. He doesn't. So pretty much useless. I'm sure you can take that off. Articulation wise, it's pretty good articulation. Head goes down, up, left, right, swinging all about. He does have butterfly joints there. A full go around on the shoulders. Double jointed pinless elbows. He does have good ab articulation, good waist swivel. Legs go out this far. They go up this far. Double jointed pinless knees, which go all the way like that. And he does have boot articulation and ankle rockers as well. So yes, a very, very fun figure indeed. Now, I do like that he comes with both 2 trigger hands, but they can also hold 2 weapons. Like so. And you can put him up against Darth Vader if you like. That's the fun of this character. With all the different accessories, you probably stick him in any franchise. He just looks ridiculous. He is really, really nice. So if I had to mark this guy out of 10, I know Fuller's Figures is giving Deadpool a mark. This guy marking of 8 as well. Really nice figure. Well worth the buy. If you're buying both of the figures, definitely a great set to get. Just a little bit on the expensive side. But because I didn't need Deadpool, I just teamed with Fuller's Figures and got we went halfsies. So yeah guys, let me know what you think of the review. Go over straight away as well and subscribe to Fuller's Figures if you're not already. He does fantastic reviews and fantastic photography as well on his channel, on his Instagram. So yeah, go check it out guys, and we'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye.